your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
This morning here on the Morning Drive, I feel like the sanity's questioned more than the loving it is questioned or is brought up.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, do you think that's fair? Okay,
that's fair.
The Rangers' 6-game winning streak came to an end yesterday. 9-4 was the final, with Cleveland winning the last game of that series. And then the Rangers rushed home because they'll play tonight. They take on the Detroit Tigers. 6:30 the broadcast time. 7:07-ish for first pitch. And then no Ranger game tomorrow because of soccer at Jerry's place. So they'll have a day off tomorrow, then they will play on the 4th of July and then on the 5th of July as well against the Detroit Tigers. So they finally get a day off. I mean, they go on this 3-city trip, and you know, a lot of times you leave a city like that and you're going home and you get kind of a day off on that Thursday, but no rest for the weary. Boy, it was a kiss of death for the Rangers in the second inning yesterday. Matt Hicks was doing the play-by-play, and there was they had the bases loaded, and then he had I think it was a wild pitch that was called, allowed a runner home, and then so he's talking about David Fry, who's from Colleyville, by the way. He was at the plate, and Matt Hicks said, "Well, he goes, I don't know how you want. You can take this either way, because he's 1 for 24 with runners in scoring position on the year."
Oh, man.
And so
put him right in the middle of that Yankee lineup.
And he said, could be one of those deals where he breaks out of it, basically. I mean, he's basically kind of talking this thing into existence. And then the next thing out of his mouth is, there's a fly ball to right field, to deep right field, way back. It's going, it is gone. And then Eric Nadel so eloquently said, a wind-aided home run, because in most circumstances, and those guys, you know this, you go to these different parks and you pick up the nuances of it. And he said, most days in Cleveland, that's a routine fly ball, but it was not. It was a 3-run home run for Cleveland, and they went on to have a 5-run second inning, and they went on to win 9-4. They had runs in the 7th and the 8th. Rangers were trying to get back in it, but just couldn't get over the hump. So they take the L, and they're back at it tonight, and we'll have the broadcast for you on Double T 97.3. So let me give you the pitching matchup for tonight. The Rangers will send Nathan Eovaldi tonight to the Hill. Hopefully he doesn't get scratched. He's been scratched a couple of times this year. Framber Valdez, the former Astro, will go for Detroit. He is 4-5 with a 4.05 earned run average. Does it feel like, and I'm just going to ask this question off the cuff, as bad as the batting averages are, does it feel like that Major League Baseball pitching, at least starting pitching, that the ERAs are elevated?
I guess I wouldn't have guessed that, but you could. I mean, if you had numbers that backed that, I don't know that I would argue with you, but it doesn't feel like that necessarily.
Okay.
I don't think there are as many pure dominant guys like we've had in years past that were, hovering around 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting question.
I would also, though, say that a 3 ERA has always been good. Like, it might not be at the top of the league, but if you've got a 3.28 ERA as a starting pitcher, that's been solid for as long as baseball's been around.
Yeah.
It just feels like, when I list off these ERAs from, time to time, it just feels like the starters are elevated. So maybe part of it is the starters aren't in as long. And so when you give up some runs, it's the impact on the statistics is higher than, if they're going 6 or 7 innings or.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's how math works.
Yeah, yes. Right. Yeah, right. Right. But you know what I'm saying? It's one thing if you give up three runs or 4 runs over 7 1/3. It's another thing if it's 5 1/3. Which
again, that's how math works.
No, but you don't see starters going as long today as you used to.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So you'd like to think that the starters weren't giving up as many runs.
Right. But that just doesn't seem to be the case. But you'd have to do a deep dive and really get into the math and things like that to figure that out. But it doesn't feel like you have those, because with the dominant starter for the Rangers is Jacob deGrom, and he's been really, really good for you.
If you're looking at Paul Skeens or you're looking at Cam Schlittler,
sure.
You're seeing guys with super low ERAs.
Mm-hmm.
Even Davis Martin for most of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so we'll have that for you. But the Rangers find themselves tied for Seattle in first place. We get, and maybe you just weren't aware that the Rangers were up a half a game, or maybe you're a Mariner fan, because this person said, I'm liking the AL West standings this morning.
Well, if they were a Mariner fan, the Mariners back on top.
Yeah, okay. You're tied. They're tied. They're tied. Okay. They were a half game back and didn't play yesterday, I don't think. So, or maybe they lost. I hadn't. All I know was that they're tied, and they were a half game back going into the night.
So that makes sense.
Yeah,
that checks out.
Yeah. So anyway, Bullfighter says this. Agree with you, JL. 1,000,000%. Usually it's 1,000%, but Bullfighter's at 10,000,000%, maybe. A lot of zeros. Give me dudes that make contact and get on base. Give me a team full of Steven Kwan. Luis Arraez guys. Arraez, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm so with you, Bullfighter.
Yeah.
I don't know that I want 9 of them, but
4 would be nice.
3, 4. Yeah.
Just real quick, pretty much the average Major League Baseball ERA since 1968 has been in the mid 4s.
Okay,
mid to low 4s.
It's still there now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just making stuff up as I go. 6:40 this morning here on the Morning Drive.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
History today is Thursday, July the 2nd, 2026. Here's Jeff McGuire with this day in sports history.
Start us off in 1930. Major League Chicago White Sox outfielder Kurt Reynolds becomes only the second player in Major League Baseball history to hit home runs in 3 consecutive innings in a 15-4 victory at Yankee Stadium. 1950, Cleveland Indians pitcher Bob Feller wins his 200th Major League Baseball game in a 5-3 win over the Detroit Tigers. Every time I hear Bob Feller's name, I immediately snap to Who's on First. Because there's a whole thing at the beginning of Who's on First before they're going, the Who's on First, What's on Second,
right?
Where they're talking about Major League Baseball players in general.
Okay.
And one of the ones they mention is Bob Feller, and it's, hey, is Feller pitching? And the reply is, well, I hope a Feller's pitching. Like, it's that kind of...
Gotcha. Makes sense.
It is radio gold if you can hear the original broadcast.
Radio
1961.
gold.
It is. Oh, have you ever played Who's on First for someone and they didn't laugh?
Yeah, no, you're. I was just thinking if we ever made radio gold, but I don't know that we.
No. Oh well, Arkansas.
It's more fool's gold.
I think our listening audience would say we've made radio gold.
Okay.
It's not necessarily moments that the three of us probably are proud of. I think the words radio gold have been typed on the Yates Flooring Center chat line more than once.
Radio gold.
Yeah.
1961, Amongst 5 New York Yankee homers versus Washington, Roger Maris hits number 29 and 30 en route to his 61 season. 1995 Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Hideo Nomo is the first Japanese player to be selected for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game when he's named to the National League squad.
Okay.
And in 2006, former Red Raider Josh Bard goes 3 for 4 with a double and an RBI in a Padres 6-2 loss to the Giants. Not his fault. He might have been the only Padre doing well that day. It is National Anise Day.
Anise.
It's a
not a nephew, though? Do they have a day, too?
Huh? Does a
nephew get a day?
It's a licorice-flavored liqueur. Happy birthday, Lindsay Lohan, who is 40. Margot Robbie, 36. Alex Morgan, 37. Larry David, 79. Richard Petty, 89. And Jose Canseco is 62. Think Richard Petty tries to drive his age today?
I bet he can.
Oh, there's no doubt that he could.
Yeah.
How old is he?
89.
89.
I can tell you I didn't drive my age on the way to work this morning.
Nope, you were double your age.
I'll tell you, man, this guy flew by mine. You know, it takes a lot to fly by me, but, man, this guy flew by me like I was going 20 miles an hour. Whew. He just went right by me.
Funny, I didn't hear any sonic booms on my way in today, but okay.
Man.
And on this day, in 1776, the Second Continental Congress assembled in Philadelphia formally adopts Richard Henry Lee's resolution for independence from Great Britain. The vote is unanimous, with only New York abstaining. Now I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Jeff, it's the second. You're right. It is. Because today they voted on it. It would not be adopted until the edited version on July 4th.
They get their ink pens out.
And that is this day in sports history.
This day in sports history.
Little side note, John Adams actually thought that July 2nd would be the day that is remembered as an iconic day in all of history because of the breaking away. But it would be 2 days later on the 4th.
Yeah. He's a little off on that. All right, 6:50 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Take your thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Visual Edge IT hotline is open too at 806-771-0973. Rangers and the Tigers tonight at 6:30. Balls and strikes a little after 7 this evening. Corey Seager's back on the injured list, Jamie. Shock.
Third time this season.
This is because of lower back inflammation. He was in the lineup for Tuesday's game in Cleveland, but then was taken out right before his first at bat when his back flared up. So, yeah, he was out because of the concussion. He was out in mid-May to early June because of back problems. And so they have called up Josh Smith to replace him on Seager's spot.
Seager's spot.
So there you go. So you got Wyatt Langford still on the injured list as well. And I don't know. I didn't check the box score. I guess I should. I don't know if Brandon Nimmo is going to go on the injured list or not. Let me see if he played last night or yesterday afternoon. My guess is he did not. No, he's not listed. So hopefully he won't have to go onto the injured list. But it seems like that injured list is, those 10 days go by quickly. As long as you're recovering. Mm-hmm. And he has the shoulder problem from the last play of the game in Toronto on Sunday when he hit the wall, literally hit the wall. So hopefully he'll be all right. Bullfighters listed his radio gold or brown silver moments. Because that was bronze.
Oh man, I had forgotten that one.
Yeah,
I had forgotten about that.
Brown silver, the new gold. So,
well played, sir. Well played.
Yeah. What
yeah,
are you doing?
I think who knew we had a left thumb was Radio Gold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was.
I think Randomly Delicious was Radio Gold.
Was Radio Gold.
As I kept saying, who would ever have a product that they use that slogan for?
Randomly Delicious. That'd be us. Randomly Delicious.
Oh, man.
I know, it just kind of gives you goosebumps, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's so many of them. Jacob Rodriguez's wife is a black helicopter pilot.
Yeah. She is. She is. She's a black helicopter.
Hawk. Black Hawk.
Yeah.
Helicopter.
Yeah,
the helicopter could be black. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that the helicopter she is flying in actually could be black, but it is a Black Hawk helicopter. Yeah. It's also probably painted army green.
Yeah. This is so good. Chuck cut in line in front of the kindergartners. You called him out, and the kid called you out. That was radio greatness. Yeah,
I was with the little phenom, and he was all by himself, and I was just trying to get him some chocolate milk, and there was
you lunch.
one right after another. And so it's like, okay, I just need to step in front here just for a second.
There's no reason, Chuck, that you should have to follow rules that other people follow.
No,
you're Chuck Heinz.
It wasn't that. It was just I couldn't get ahead of them.
Well, because they're in line in front.
Well, but that was
apparently you did until the kid called you out.
I was moving over there.
But then you admitted. Wait a minute. You admitted that day that it wasn't just the thing. You got you were going to get the chocolate milk, and then you're like, "Oh, I think I want a piece of pizza too." Yeah, you admitted you were going to get yourself stuff too.
Yeah, but I had the little guy, the little 6-year-old, all by himself, so I didn't want to leave him.
That sounds like poor planning on your part. And so the rest of those kindergartners, they should just take it since you poorly planned.
There's how many speeding tickets have you gotten, Chuck? I have no idea. It's, I don't know, 15, 20? I have no idea. It could be, depends on how, one stop, I got 3.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Try to start a new winning streak tonight when they take on the Detroit Tigers. We'll have it at 6:30. Balls and strikes just after 7 tonight. No Ranger game tomorrow because of soccer over at Cowboy Stadium. And then they'll be back at it Saturday afternoon for a 4th of July special. And then Sunday afternoon for just regular baseball. Okay? Mm-hmm. We're talking Texas Tech football. We're talking about this Athlon preseason All Big 12 team. Red Raiders getting 11 players on the first team, 7 on the second team, 1 on the third, and 1 on the fourth. Anybody on the second team that you feel like should have been on the first team? Here's who's on the second team. Wide receiver Kenny Johnson, who we've not seen play yet. He's a transfer, at least in a game. Sheridan Wilson, the center. Jacoby Williams as an all-purpose offensive player. Jacob Ponton on the defensive line. Trey White on the offensive
line.
Yeah, they have him listed as the defensive line, but you're right. Offensive line. Sorry about that. Trey White, outside linebacker. And then John Curry as a linebacker and Brendan Jordan as a safety. Could you have made a case for John Curry? Or is it just not enough? See,
I could have, but there are other good players in the conference too. We don't have them all.
Yeah. No, we don't. We don't have all of them.
It just feels like we do.
Those are probably where they're supposed to be. They have Kenny Johnson listed as third team as a punt returner, and Hunter Zambrano fourth team, and he's on that offensive line. And he's a guy that you hope can keep healthy this year, because it seemed like he spent a lot of time being said, hey, it's we don't know if he's going to play or not. He's game time decision, all those things.
I, for one, hope all of them stay healthy.
Well, sure.
There are guys too.
Sure. Some need a little more extra hope than others just because
their history, their past history.
Yeah. All those things. So there you go. that's again that's as impressive a listing as I think you've had ever with these lists.
It's a new era.
Yeah, it is. It's a brand new era. I mean,
it's a fun time to be a Red Raider.
Absolutely, and so it just makes you gives you even a bigger head, I guess, if you're a fan, and maybe even if you're inside that building, or maybe you have to kind of tap the brakes a little bit and going, okay, well, 12-0, just send us on to the Big 12 championship game, because that's kind of what it feels like, kind of win, and I'm sure Coach McGuire and his team of people could go, hey, we can show you where there's a problem with every one of those teams that we're getting ready to play.
Sure.
Sure, because they've got NIL too, and they've got scholarships as well, and they've got, maybe not the fancy facilities that we have, but I'm sure they've got. I mean, they're not lacking probably at Arizona or West Virginia or Okie State or Baylor or TCU.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that you say the word scholarship. That used to always be what.
Right. I know.
That guy's getting a full ride to play football or full scholarship to play football at such and such school, and now that doesn't matter. It's about that guy's getting paid this much.
Right.
He's getting this much NIL money compared to that guy who's getting that much NIL money. It just has taken that word scholarship and just diminished its, the excitement value of it or whatever.
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right.
That's just me being, I don't know what the word here I'm looking for is.
Old fashioned.
Oh, just loving the past, and those were words we used. Like,
they're on scholarship too.
Nostalgic. Yeah, there you go. That's a good one, Jeff. It's like people talking about the fax machine not being there anymore or whatever.
National Signing Day.
Yeah.
The word was nostalgic.
Nostalgic. Oh, thank you. Yeah, nostalgic. Yeah, there you go. Nostalgic. Yeah. We wax poetry here too from time to time.
Do we?
Yeah, we do. I'm not sure how well we wax it.
Is it turtle wax we use?
Could be. Man, when's the last time you waxed your car? Or do you do that?
I do not do that.
Okay.
2 times ago when I washed the truck. Not the last time, but 2 times ago.
Okay. Remember maybe did you guys do that back in the day? You wax your car?
I never did.
You never did?
I did it 2 washes ago.
I know. I know you did. I know you did.
You just asked the question.
No, right. But what I meant was,
Jamie, do you wax your car?
When was the last time you washed your car by hand?
It's been several years. It's not. I'm not opposed to it. It's just, it's a heck of a lot easier just to run it through.
Costs a lot more money to run it through.
Well, by the time I do all my chores and
you get
errands,
some sun, you get some exercise.
I know.
You're out there.
But
there's a level of satisfaction that you get after washing your vehicle that you don't get just driving it through a car wash when you do it by hand.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. It's just
I don't know that I would say the level of satisfaction. I just think it's done better. I don't find myself being satisfied, but I feel like it's done better when I do it by hand.
Yeah,
it's the pride that you have done good work.
Yeah, no, by the time I get everything done and do all my chores and stuff, man, it's just I'm tired.
Same feeling I get after mowing the yard.
Yeah, the recliner's calling your name, dude.
That's right. It is. It misses me.
Come find me.
Man, the other night, what was it? Tuesday night when we had all that rain?
There's a rerun of an NFL game on.
I fell asleep in my chair. And it was just like, oh my God! I didn't hear the thunder or the lightning or any of that mess that was going on Tuesday night.
Chuck, I miss you.
Yeah,
there's a bag of chips next to the chair.
I'm trying to cut down on the chips.
Yeah.
Wheat thins.
I've got a
low-fat wheat
nice comfy blankie for you to put on your legs.
I do have a very comfortable quilted blanket that my grandmother made for me, a million years ago.
Chuck, I miss you.
I don't have a stuffy, okay? I just want you
I
to
feel
know that.
empty without you.
It's a Snuggie, not a stuffy. I don't know what a stuffy
A stuffy
is.
is like a stuffed animal like kids have. Like,
Oh.
yeah.
I've never heard anybody call it stuffy.
That's what the boys...
That's what I say when, like, it's hot in a room. Man, it's stuffy in here.
Stuffy in here, yeah. Colo Raider says this, a big fan of washing my car by hand. Okay. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I mean, but see, for me to wash my car by hand, I'd have to go buy a bucket. I'd have to buy some, car washing liquid. And a sponge.
All of that would cost less than one car wash in 2026. And you'd have it for how many car washes?
I don't know, probably
The rest of time.
Yeah, the rest of the time. Yeah. But like I said, I mean, it feels like the
You do you, Heinz. You don't have to apologize.
Let's see.
Nobody looks down at you for that.
Thank you. Dan in Dallas says this. There is a level of frustration I feel every time I wash my car.
Frustration.
Yeah, because it's probably...
See, I have a level of frustration when I mow my lawn because I want it to be better and it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have the best lawn on your block?
No.
No?
Not even close.
Not even close.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that? Is it the fertilizer? Is it the watering? Is it the care?
User error.
Okay. All those things.
Spend too much time playing tennis and not enough time working in my lawn.
On the yard, yeah.
Yeah. It's not because of a recliner, I'll guarantee you that.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3. Presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
Is that a compliment for us? That it feels like a power week?
Things you have to ask yourself.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You can take that any way you want.
Okay.
Yeah, I would choose joy if I were you.
I generally choose joy.
Okay. All right. So my question for you guys today. I'm going to ask you to be a little creative here. Okay, I know Chuck doesn't necessarily like that, but I'm going to ask you to be creative.
I try to be creative, yeah.
When the Big 12 championship game is over this December, I want you to write the headline when you're recapping the season for Texas Tech football. What's that headline going to read?
What's that headline going to read?
And understand when I'm asking this. Are we writing it like here in Lubbock, or is this the national headline?
Let's go national.
Okay. Because that changes it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I thought the same thing. What's the headline going to read? It's going to say.
Hammond bet pays off. Too soon?
No. No Sorsby. No problem. Texas Tech back-to-back Big 12 champs.
I like it. That's really good. I'm going to go with love them or hate them. Either way, Texas Tech is the class of the Big 12. My other option was something to the effect of hated before the season, hated even worse now. Texas Tech still dominates the Big 12. Because I really want you to just pound these teams into oblivion. Like never before. I mean, I want you to rub their nose in it a little bit.
Texas Tech perfect in title defense.
How about just a one-word headline? Vilified. Because you got to think about
the villain factor, yeah.
Yeah, the villain factor. Somebody says this on the Yates Flooring Center chat line: Red Raider repeat.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big fan of alliteration.
You're just focusing on the fact that we just won back to back. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, my whole deal is you can hate us all day long. I don't care. We're still going to pound you.
Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't like playing the villain role, but if so much of this, in my opinion, so much of the hate is coming not because of the actual thing with Brendan Sorsby. I think people don't like it. I get it. But I think the true hate is coming from they don't like that we got so good. I think that's from the National. I think that's from the Big 12. They don't like that we got so good. They don't like how we did it. They don't, I mean, just, hey, I don't love the rules of college football. I don't love the rules of college sports. But we're playing by the rules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So get over it. All right? But they don't like that Texas Tech went from Texas Tech to hanging out with the big boys. And they don't like that Texas Tech jumped to the top of this league when it comes to how angry the rest of the conference is with Texas Tech over this whole deal. I think so much of it has to do with our success, and specifically in football and in softball.
Do you think? Do you think if we were in Bloomington that those folks heard some of the same thing going into last season?
What did they have to complain about?
Well, because they spent a lot of money on their roster.
Yeah, but I mean they didn't try to change the rules of college football by adding a player who had.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about that.
But they're in the Big Ten, so it's okay.
Yeah, I don't think so, Chuck.
Yeah, no, I don't because I don't either. They didn't have any blowback with how much money they spent on their roster. Mm-hmm. And you could make the case of, well, Indiana wasn't this bastion of college football. They had nowhere near the history of success that we've had here.
Yeah.
But Chuck, they're in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
they're just better because they're in the Big Ten. Everybody in the Big Ten knows what they're doing.
But still, Indiana, at the very least, Chuck, is a big name school
because of the basketball back in the day.
Yeah, it's a big name school. Mm-hmm. Texas Tech has not been thought of that way. Mm-hmm. Nobody invited you from Lubbock, Texas, to hang out with us.
Yeah, somebody said Indiana is a bigger brand nationally.
Yes,
that's a great way of saying that. The Big Ten and SEC are scared that we'll be as good as them, and the rest of the Big 12 is jealous that we have the money to pay players what we are and get into this national conversation. No, I completely agree that there's jealousy from the other Big 12 schools, and some more than others. Paul just says his headline is "Choose Joy."
Choose champs.
Yeah, mm-hmm. It could just be champs. Part 2.
Yeah, I don't think a national is going to just say champs.
No,
that would be, you could see that in the AJ or something.
I mean, it could
champs again, whatever.
It could be Big 12 bot. That could be a national headline.
The reason I went with the no Sorsby aspect of it, is because that's going to draw attention to the headline.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think that was a really good one, Jeff. I think you win today.
Well, I think we all win today because it's the day before the 4th of July weekend.
No, if this was that stupid show that other show used to do, that stupid game that other show used to do,
Take versus Take.
Oh,
I love that
won.
show.
Chuck so desperately wants you to let us play that game.
I wanted to play that game. I never got to play that game.
If you play that game, you have to
do both sides of it.
No, you have to talk about yourself a lot and tell your stories a lot. And
you feel like we do that enough?
I feel like you would like that show, that game.
I like that game.
It's probably, and I felt like it grew old on me.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't mind asking the questions.
You don't have to do it every day. But
did we do it every day?
You did it every day for a while.
See, that's why it just beat me down.
It beat you down.
That was just so much better than Clint anyways. It gets boring beating Clint over and over again.
Like a drum.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3. Presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Double T 97.3 presents the Morning Drive Power Hour. The Power Hour is presented by Service Compression. Committed to service, advanced technology, and field-proven compression expertise in the oil field. See them at servicecompression.com.
Hey, good morning, and welcome to hour three of the Morning Drive here on this Thursday morning. Thank you for being with us today with Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire. I'm Chuck Heinz. We come to you from the First United Bank studio. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to doublet973.com for that of the mobile app. Visual Edge IT hotline, it is open at 806-771-0973. You know, we're talking about all the air sucked out of the room with the Sorsby situation for Tech football. I'll tell you another team that here, I think locally, and we haven't talked about it, man, at all, it seems like for quite some time, are the Dallas Cowboys. That seems like that's a void in the vacuum, so to speak.
Probably has to do with the fact that I think just what you touched on there with the Sorsby thing and how excited everybody is about the Red Raiders. Mm-hmm. The frustration of last year from Cowboy fans. Mm-hmm. I think there's reason for hope. Yeah. I think you had a good draft. I think you've done well this offseason. I think you have a good chance to be a playoff team this upcoming season. Mm-hmm. I think that'll be difficult, though, in the NFC, but I still think that it's a good team, and I think they'll be better than last year. And if I was a Cowboys fan, I would definitely feel better about things right now than I did when the season ended last year.
Yeah, I think so, and I think it's obviously.
Don't look towards Jeff. We know he's negative about his Cowboys. Yeah, I was
frankly, I was waiting for that, for that book to drop, so to speak, of the Cowboys. Something. Yeah, right. I mean, it's a big year for Dak Prescott. Why
is it a big year for Dak Prescott?
Well, because I think they're
any more so than any other one.
Well, because I think there's probably some contract implications for him, moving forward. Is he?
How many years does he have left on his deal?
I want to say 3 more years left.
But I don't know how it all works anymore with the voidable years and all that kind of stuff. It feels like if they are going to do something. I mean, obviously the defense needed to get better from last year, but it's a big year for George Pickens because he's playing on a,
that's true.
He's playing on a 1-year deal, franchise tag. Thank you, 1-year deal basically.
Prescott goes through 2028. Through 2028. So all of 26, 27, and
3 years. You were right.
Yeah,
26, 27, 28.
Yeah. So that would but still, I mean. And Jerry's obviously not getting any younger.
You think the narrative on Dak Prescott will ever change?
Nope.
You think his story is already written?
Yep.
Even if the Cowboys went 12-4?
They won't. The only way Dak Prescott's story gets changed is if they hold up the trophy at the end of the year.
I don't know that I would go that far.
He's certainly got to get to the NFC Championship game.
He's got to win a couple playoff games in one of these years and look good doing it, right? Mm-hmm. Otherwise, the narrative is the most overpriced quarterback in the history of ever, and I'm not exaggerating by saying history of ever.
I mean, Deshaun Watson gives him a good run.
He raises his hand and says, "Hold my beer."
What about me?
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
What about me?
Yeah. I hate that we even bring up the two because I think Dak Prescott is a good guy.
Seems to be, right?
Okay, I think he's a good human being.
Mm-hmm. And Dak is a good quarterback. I bang on Dak a lot. But Dak is a good quarterback. He's not a great quarterback.
Fair
and
enough.
There's a huge difference in the two.
And
there's so few great quarterbacks that it doesn't feel like it's fair to Dak. He's a better side of the good.
I
good
think the
quarterbacks.
narrative on Dak would be different if he hasn't spent so much of his career as one of the highest priced quarterbacks in the league.
And demanding to be, basically.
Yes. And yet his teams be so mediocre, and the thought process of, and it's almost Jerry's fault, not Dak's. Because, Jerry, you're the one that's paying him this much and putting your team at a disadvantage because he's not that guy like Patrick Mahomes that takes his team above to a different level, yet you're paying him more than Mahomes, which means you can't pay the rest of your team to make up for the slack that Dak can't cover.
It's so funny you bring up Mahomes. I was going to ask you this relatively stupid question.
I don't think Mahomes is the only one. I just want to say that.
No. My question was going to be this: if you put Mahomes on the Cowboys, and that's it. You switched Mahomes and Dak Prescott. How much different would the narrative be for the Cowboys?
It wouldn't. You still have the same problems.
Well, your problems are defense, right?
Your problems are paying one player or one. You've got the highest paid offensive lineman. You've got the highest paid running back. You've got the highest paid quarterback. You've got the highest paid wide receiver. You get the highest paid left tackle. You go all the way through these. At some point, you got to get the other end of the balance sheet so that you aren't under the salary cap. And when you have the highest priced toys at every position, you don't have a good team. You've got a lot of high priced toys.
Well, you'd be allowed to have some high priced players on defense too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And balance it out, like you're saying.
Even if you had the highest paid, let's switch to the defensive side. Let's say you've got the highest paid linebacker and the highest paid corner and the highest paid safety and the highest paid defensive end. That takes all of the money away for your offense at that point. It's not just offense, defense. It's you have spent all of your money on 5 guys.
I think the Cowboys would have won if during the Mahomes era, Patrick Mahomes was the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. I think they would have won a championship. But how many other teams in the league could we say that about? The Cowboys are not the only one.
Half a dozen, probably.
Yeah, there's a few.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this: is Dak Prescott? And I haven't looked at any numbers here. I'm just going to ask you: is he better than Tony Romo?
They are very, very comparable.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about Tony that I give to his credit, the Cowboys went 8-8 because of Tony Romo. They won the 8 games, and because of Tony Romo, they lost the 8 games. Dak isn't the reason they win or lose a game.
Yeah,
he's a really, really, really good bus driver.
But Tony Romo never hosted a party during COVID. It changes everything.
No, he went to Cabo.
Yeah. With Jessica
and by the
Simpson.
way, Jason Witten was with him. Yeah. That everybody forgets.
And he's Teflon, man. It just all flies off of him, right?
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet973.com.